everybody, and welcome to Artist Wife and Writer Husband Podcast. Starring me, Artist Wife, Middnite.
And starring me, writer, husband, Neph. It's your boy. And
featuring our co-host, MDC. I thought you were going to do your own sound thing.
I was going to say something probably offensive. I don't know.
I mean, aren't we?
Yo, we're back. And it's episode 16.
What?
16.
Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Quinceañera, is that right?
Quinceañera.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, that's actually 15, but...
And happy Good Friday and happy Passover.
Oh, cool. You dated us.
Yeah, you did. You bastard.
Is it really Passover?
I don't know. Well, it was.
Like, okay, because Easter is like pretty much...
Easter's supposed to be Monday.
Yeah, Monday. So now you know when we recorded this.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Either we're
quick,
in the future
do the Men in Black thing. Wipe their memory.
Yeah, how does the song go? I can't do it. I have to hear it again.
The song?
The sound. There you go. Yes, I couldn't do the high pitch.
I said, did she want the Men in Black cartoon theme song?
Dude, that shit was groovy. Better than that whole show.
You know what? Really you didn't mention that, but that was another amazing cartoon of the late 90s.
I don't know if the cartoon was good. The theme song was great.
Yeah,
I thought the cartoon was great for me because it came on what, WB?
It kind of reminded me of
WB,
Mask.
Right? Oh, I still didn't see the Mask cartoon like that. I didn't know there was one.
I never saw that coming up.
Right? I missed that somehow.
It just reminded me of, it was those cartoons that came out of movies.
Yeah.
You know, actually, I want to do that. I want to do a series where we watch stuff and then we talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Jamal said he wanted to show me this movie, Veronica.
No. Do not bring that crap up.
We gotta watch. I gotta watch it.
No, Anderson.
We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk
Listen,
about it.
I will allow you to hit me every 20 minutes in that movie. That's how bad it is. All right? Danzig owes me money.
Who owes you money?
The guy that directed that piece of shit.
We're not normal.
Yo.
We don't
we're not going to get into this right now, but let me tell y'all straight up. Listen, the day I watched that movie, earlier that day before I watched it, I was thinking of the worst movie I ever seen called Ninja Champion. And I was asking myself, is that still the worst movie I ever saw? And I was like, yes. Then that evening, I watched Veronica, and I was like, oh my God.
I like the way you say her name, Veronica.
It's actually
it's Veronica, like erotic, but with a V.
Oh, okay, Veronica.
Based on Danzig's comics. So, yeah. And Veronica took over the worst movie championship by force and killed the children in front of his parents. That's how I've never seen a movie so bad in my life. I've seen a lot of bad movies, but usually they get something right. This movie got everything wrong. Everything. No one should be that bad at making a movie.
Right,
and we've seen abstract art films.
Shut up, Neph. You uncultured heathen.
Hold on. There's
working towards that financial freedom.
Different shit, right? There's different shit among the there's gourmet burgers, right?
I made my first outfit.
And then there's seasoned shit.
No, look.
Ew.
You know what some seasoned shit is?
Others came to my island. And the museum's up now. It's gorgeous. Picture of me
Joker.
Oh, damn, y'all. I just caught a zebra turkey fish.
Dude,
girl, what?
Doing?
Oh, my bad. So, moving away from all of that you guys are talking about.
Well, I was going to segue into it.
Yeah, go ahead. Segue.
Wait, huh? Segue?
Segue.
Dork.
For using big words.
Use a skateboard,
How is it a big
Tony.
word? It's literally 5 letters.
Okay, we don't count
but
big
2
words as how many letters they're in. Big is defined by how often it's used.
So that means that it's used a lot?
I guess it would if it's big, huh?
I hate this people. I hate this place.
Totally confused.
I hate quarantine. This quarantine is driving us crazy.
Basically, what I'm trying to say is, you call me uncultured swine, where you have art shows where a banana peel placed on a fucking canvas
with
sells for millions of dollars.
Not a canvas, and that's a wall.
And that's supposed to be... So I'm uncultured for not understanding that shit.
Well, hold on. Actually, me and you in the same rowboat with that. P.S.
But that's abstract, right? I just feel like abstract is a bunch of bullshit. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Not sorry.
there's a line.
I like that.
There's a line. All right, I'll hit you with one glove. There's a line. All right,
I remember one time we went to the.
I Dembe bought you.
I remember one time me and MDC we went to the museum, the art museum in Philly, and we got shot.
What?
On camera.
I was like, what? Because you came back home and you never told me.
No,
that.
we. It was the dude that does the fucking, like the blue square, the red rectangle, the yellow. I'm about to
get my shovel out.
Smooth walking through these hallways. Like, yo, we took a wrong turn because this shit was fire. Then we step into this abstract bullshit.
I'm gonna be real with you.
Blue circle, red circle, Dr. Seuss, motherfucker.
Dr. Seuss.
There is. I'm with you with this. There's a fine line between stuff. Don't get me wrong. Like, now, fun fact about the banana stuff. You remember how I said Epstein didn't kill himself after that got sold on the wall?
Wait, who did?
Right after that banana got sold, someone wrote Epstein didn't kill himself. I know that guy that did it.
What? How?
Rod Weber, documentary and filmmaker in general. And I met him at one of the protests, as a matter of fact. Like a few years ago.
He wrote it on the wall next to the thing?
No, after it got sold and someone took it, he wrote it on the wall, the blank spot.
Nice.
And that caused like an extra scandal.
Fuck. Yo, that's actually pretty dope.
That is pretty dope.
Like I thought,
yeah.
Like if that was dope if that was already written on the wall.
When the banana was removed.
That's dope, dude. That's dope.
Yeah, I know that.
My idea, if I ever got into the fine art world, was going to be good. Like I was thinking of doing like a painting of just all these beautiful paintings. But if you like zoom in on it, they're just thousands of dicks. Just little spoiled dicks.
Yo, why'd you tell the world someone to take your idea? That's so perfect.
Because I don't paint.
Oh, true.
If anyone listening to
Jamal, this is your space.
If you
have to do this, MDC.
Do that. Do it.
Oh yeah.
You have to make them tiny, microscopic penises. Maybe not microscopic.
Not like microscopic. But it's like
it's small enough to where you have to. Yeah.
And whatnot. And someone just takes like
a
magnifying glass and they're just like, all these strokes are dicks.
So you brought up that I'm gonna say this. You brought up that Bernie Sanders is chaotic good. Might I meet his counterpart, chaotic neutral? This dude over here, bleep me out. That's chaotic. That's some chaotic neutral shit right there. Like you had no reason to do that, and it's chaotic as fuck.
Yo, that needs to be an art team. Chaotic good, chaotic neutral, chaotic evil. Just the chaotics.
So. I have characters.
That's the Sonic.
Oh yeah, chaotics.
Chaotic.
You know what? Now I have to figure out if Vector, SPO, and
so we'll be trios de chaos.
Charmander. What?
Charmy. The bee. Is he chaotic?
I hate him.
What?
Hate him.
Hate the fucking bee. How could you hate him?
I think he's like he used to be a member, but I think he's not.
Is he? Because isn't there like Mighty? Isn't Mighty?
Yeah.
Is
Mighty the Armadillo, SPO the Chameleon. Vector the Crocodile, Knuckles of course, and Charmy. Yeah.
You want to know why I know any of these guys? Because
I got all the comics.
Because he has almost all the comics. He's fucking so much.
Guys, I've been dropping a lot of money on Sonic.
2 or 3 boxes.
He's been dropping a lot of money on Sonic shit. In case you didn't know.
Not like 2 boxes. Yeah. I mean, now is the best time to get them before like we become like 40 and 50, and people are selling them for like thousands of dollars.
Yes.
Get them now.
You look up their MDC. That's Pop Funkos. I know a lot of people don't like them because of like the the cute chibi style.
Yeah, me.
But it literally costs an arm and leg to get like the actual figures and shit like that.
For some of them, some of them are like
that one right there, that Knuckles one. That's literally the 8th fucking Pop Funko that was ever. Not ever made, but that's like the 8th one from out the series. Like, so this shit literally goes into the hundreds, just going through things, fucking movies, video games, comics, and shit like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has that one up there, and it cost him a pretty penny. Yeah, their bunk bed is terrible.
That's insane. So yeah.
But
I have a problem.
as long as you don't stop me from buying my Black Fantasy YA books, I'm not gonna stop you from being.
As long as y'all don't stop me from trying to start a cult.
Wait. What kind of cult?
A religious cult?
Not religious, right?
Let's just say they won't know it's a religious cult.
See, that's what makes it bad.
That's what makes it great.
What's religion?
Exactly.
So, are you saying that people will be coming to this cult thinking that they're worshiping like their own preferable religion, but it happens to be whatever?
I mean, it's called politics, Anna.
Oh.
Jeez.
Are you going to be offering?
This you. It's really hard to say the N word.
I was going to say, are you going to be?
I've been saying.
Are you going to be offering these snowflakes some sort of safe space?
Can you do like
and
the boo?
And with that, we're going to talk about our current one of our current subjects for this episode.
God, Jesus Christ.
Do you guys know about the new Marvels? Marvel. I think they're called the New Warriors.
The New Warriors, man.
Wait, not the ones that come out to play.
Huh? So set in
Can
the
you dig it?
Set in the same time period as the Warriors, the New Warriors were actually introduced in the 80s, I believe. I don't know anything about the Warriors from then, but they have been revamped, repackaged, and styled for the millennial audience.
Millennial or Gen Z?
See, the person, I refuse to name him because I don't like what he's done, has said it's targeted towards millennial, and he himself is a millennial. So
from 83, so it's kind of like
you push that threshold.
It's like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type shit.
Yeah.
As someone said in a recent documentary I was watching, the 50s died in 63, so it's kind of like arbitrary, if I'm using that word right, of when a time frame actually ends, per se. I always said the decade ends 3 years after the fact. Because you look at, like, from me as a movie person, movies in the early 80s up to 83 often feel like 70s movies. So, and even like 90s is the same way. Early 90s still feel like 80s. So that's how I look at it. So
yeah, because recently, right, I was telling MDC I was watching Hellraiser 2.
Yeah.
And Hellraiser came out in
84?
87.
87, yeah.
And that definitely feels like a 70s movie. Right?
Can you say that's because
it doesn't? No. Not at all in any way, no.
Early 80s movie?
No, not really. It feels like the time it came out.
Wait, okay, Hellraiser came out when?
Okay, then what the hell does a 70s movie feel
I
like?
thought Hellraiser was in 81.
I thought like 70 movie was like gratuitous amounts of blood.
Yeah.
Well, no. I don't mean that.
There's a term for that. Grindhousey, right?
Oh, Lord, jeez. Y'all guys are just offending me.
My bad, movie buff.
Okay, this is what I mean when I say that.
Yeah, what do you mean when you say
Okay, when I say 70s, okay, so it's kind of, okay, do understand, like, 70s, things were a little more paced in, like, a slower fashion in terms of film, right? And it also had a certain look to it often because, the cameras of that era, etc. And, and one thing to think about as a era changes, it changes gradually. It doesn't change overnight.
Right.
So I would say usually like 3 years after the decade ends. And it's not like anyone plans to change the decade. That's just how the 20th century was for some reason. And the 2000s just been kind of stagnant. But anyway, but what I mean is that you can almost say that decades don't change until the number 4 shows up, right? You can almost say that the 70s don't start until 74 and don't end until 84. You can almost say that in no sense.
Would you say that because the influential factors and like the mindset is still pretty heavily geared towards the previous decade?
Yeah,
like
in
within
ways.
the first 4 years.
And honestly, and the more you look into times and whatnot, there's a lot of overlap, especially when you come to the independent scenes and a lot of things. Because a lot of things start from the underground to make their way up. So when I say that 83 or like 80 through 83 is still technically like the 70s in a sense, a lot of the same feels and ideas were still pretty strong, but they were fading out around that time. So in 84, I feel like that's when the 80s probably really became the 80s as we know it, like the consumerist, excessive time frame where, you know, a lot of things were like pow, bam, in your face, colors, loud, you know, explository. And then in the 90s, we got real edgy. You know, everything was real gray area and whatnot. And again, that didn't really hit its stride, you know, probably until like around 93 or whatever. You know, it's just when you really look at like how our eras are split up, that's kind of how it goes. You have like an overlap into like the first 3-4 years of the next decade before it becomes its own identity, you know. And so, yeah, you're wrong about Hellraiser, but the reason I bring this up is because when Anna mentions this creator who was born in 83, it's like, yeah, 83 is literally like when the 70s end. So, yes, he's a millennial by the dates that have been considered like, you know,
like the
general consensus of when millennials are. But at the same time, culturally, you can say he's probably Gen X.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, because I mean, like for us, like by the time this dude was, like 5, and you know, watching cartoons and shit, we were just, you know, being born.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
Like, here's a great example.
Shit, I was
right?
nowhere near the mic when I said that.
No, wow.
That should be okay.
So here's like a great example, right? To translate what you said to our Weeaboo fans, because I'm your what's the word I'm looking for?
Artist wife.
Yes, I am your artist wife. I am my artist wife. I'm my own wife. I'm your family friend. I'm your neighborhood friendly Weeaboo. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. In the same way that people would mix up that Dragon Ball Z, and I use that because it was pretty much 89, has a feel of the 80s. Like, if you watch the first
Dragon
early
Ball
episodes...
or Dragon Ball Z?
Dragon Ball Z, because Dragon Ball was 86. And Dragon Ball, and then going into the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, have the same 80s feel and style to it. In the simplicity of the characters, the way that the animation's done. You can even say that for... Get out of here. For a lot of the shows that were the early 90s. Because you could see that some of them, when they're in the beginning of the 90s, like Yu Yu Hakusho, right? We're watching it.
That's my shit.
And it came out in 92.
If you look over there, you'll see.
I see.
Oh, okay.
I've been see. I see long time ago.
And Hot Topic exclusive Pop Funkos.
Yes.
No. Do we look done, baby? Yu Yu Hakusho came out in 1992. But I can definitely tell you that from watching a lot of early 1980s animes like the Gundam series, going even for... God, is Sailor Moon further back than I thought it was? Because this...
Could be. Because we got all that stuff late, too.
And that's what I was going to say.
That's a big thing, yeah.
So what came out in America in the 90s...
Ninja Scroll.
Oh, that's on this list, yeah.
Akira was 80s.
Yeah.
And you can pretty much compare it to Akira... And you can put these animes side by side and kind of get like the same feel, not just the look.
They are kind of in a group together.
Okay, so Sailor Moon is 1995, which is like...
Wow, it doesn't... wow. Okay.
Yeah. But you can tell at the end of the era, a switch, and not just style and animation. Like Pokemon's 1997. That definitely looks like something that came out in the late 90s. Same for things like Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop has a reminiscent style of the 80s with their long-leggedness, but a very defined 90s style.
Yeah,
that's at the end of the era.
It almost is coming. It's almost introducing itself into the 2000s too a little bit.
Right, exactly. Because you have Cowboy Bebop, Berserk. You have Outlaw Star, 1998, 1997. They all have a general look and feel to them that's definitely different than the 80s. Sorry if I'm too far from the mic. So to translate what you were saying, like I definitely agree with you that the fours in the decade is when you kind of see a shift in style. So it doesn't really happen until after the threshold of 4 of the middle of the decade. Then you see a new wave, and then, you know, it bleeds over into the next one. Because 2000, 2001, 2003, they have a definite style. And then you go into the 2000 animes, and it's just like...
Because one thing I learned a while ago, because I remember when I was young, I used to think punk, like, the punk music scene was an 80s thing. Come to find out, it was actually more of a 70s thing. And to
see,
some
yeah.
degree, it was a late 60s thing. And it's like, well, shit. you know,
Wow.
you really realize a lot of things are actually older than you originally think. It's just that they just catch their popularity in stride at a certain time.
Oh, yeah,
but they
that's
were
the thing.
already
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the making and for a time. You know, it's just kind of like when we think of like going back to like movies. When you think of like violence and nudity, you usually most people put that in the 70s, but they actually started in most like the early 60s.
Yeah, when you
know?
showed me that, like some of the films that you own and whatnot, for me it's like I automatically thought that stuff was like 80s. So when I saw like the violence and when I saw the nudity and stuff, I was like really surprised because I always imagined that, especially white people back then in those times, was very conservative.
Yeah.
I mean, most of those films star white people.
But you know, well, I hit you even double because we usually think of like movies prior to the 60s as being really strict, but there was an era before the code was made. It's called it's literally called, we film buffs literally called the pre-code era, where you see films that had nudity. Like Metropolis has scenes of nudity. A lot of other films did, and then that's when the code was written, so they had to censor everything. But you know, the independent world.
Now, was they censoring because kids were getting a hold onto it, or was it censoring because just people were just getting offended?
Well, religious right. You know, you gotta remember this is conservative America. You
Okay,
know?
so so it was pretty conservative,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you still had those cracks. Like I was just watching a great documentary about the Grindhouse. Like again, a lot of people think a lot of people think of like late 60s, early 70s as a Grindhouse, but
That's what I was
technically it has always been a thing because you always had those films. Like someone said it best: the moment we started filming stuff, people started filming sex.
Yeah, that's a
so
good point.
Someone was just like, "Yo,
we could do it on here.
we could, yeah,
You know,
we
so-
could court each other having sex."
So that was, you always had like these theaters where people watched things they quote unquote weren't supposed to watch.
Yeah, you're right.
So
yeah.
this stuff had always existed, but it
adult
became
theaters.
its own in like the late 60s, early 70s, where you know the culture changed. You had the counterculture movement and all this, and the world got way more complicated. No, it didn't. But you know, to normal people, it got way more complicated, and you know these things kind of came out.
Square.
Right.
You know.
Also, I wanted to slow ball on what Middnite said.
Oh, I said a thing.
Like she totally made me realize, like America was like my how things were whenever we would go to Alabama on summer vacation. It was like I would probably be playing like the GameCube or something like that, or the PS2 or whatever. But whenever we would go back down home to see my cousins or whatnot, my man had like Super Nintendo, right?
Wow.
Or like they were always behind us a couple generations in systems and stuff like that or whatnot. Because I guess mainly that's all they could afford, honestly, and there really wasn't internet back then either.
And
also the distribution too. A lot of those areas, like the South and the Midwest, they were like blank spots.
Yeah.
So the there was like no large retail stores that was selling them in those spots too.
I mean, like the closest Walmart and whatnot for them was like a good 30 to 40 miles away.
Exactly.
And whatnot.
Like
and
that.
CVS wasn't carrying no
exactly.
and shit like that.
And your local food mart was not carrying a
right.
GameCube.
So it's funny, right? Because when I would go back, like I didn't look at it in an elitist sense, or whatever, right? Like I was, it was cool for me to be able to play Contra.
I honestly miss not having cable down in South Carolina. I tell you the truth, I actually miss that because I like that escape.
It wasn't so much for me. It was like because they had satellite.
Yeah,
right? They had. I remember like my cousin. They had like the big, huge black satellite. Satellite, thing in their yard or whatever. But for me, it was like really dope because after a while, like my parents, they was just like screw cable because some issue had happened at our apartment where a wire got cut, and so whenever the cable guy came out to supposedly fix it, they never knew what they were coming out for, and they'll just be like, "Oh, we can't do this." So like around the third time, my dad was just like, you know what, forget it.
Yeah.
I'm just canceling the service. So we was just doing straight PBS and WIDA for like years. So it was
as
like
you should have been.
when we went to Alabama, you know, they had satellite. You know, I'm seeing like Toon Disney.
Yeah.
Getting able to watch like so many cartoons that my friends and stuff was watching, but I didn't get a chance to see. And then like there really wasn't like a enforced bedtime for us either.
Yeah.
Whenever we would go. But no, it's funny, right? Because can you imagine Japanese kids coming over to America?
Oh God,
and they're just
no
like,
wait.
y'all Negroes watching Dragon Ball and
Those
Dragon
old
Ball
Dragon
Z.
Ball
But you know what?
episodes.
But you know what? But
This
you know
game
what?
came out years ago. Y'all just getting it.
But you know,
Right?
on the flip side,
Just
though,
started on us.
on the flip side, it goes to show you how things are, because I think we talked about like music before, like, you know, musicians like soul musicians and like doo-wop musicians who we had like been forgot about in the States were still a huge deal in Europe and Asia in the 90s.
Yeah, it
You
was
know?
like, did freaking Michael Jackson ever die? For like the Japanese, like,
Okay, that's an interesting
well,
question.
well, I mean, like died down, like his
Yeah,
hype.
I know what you mean.
Did his hype ever die down, like throughout the rest of the country?
You know,
like a lot of these people, like it's. And I
Yeah,
think
you
we
know,
had this
was
conversation.
it Bollywood really loved Michael Jackson for a long time after he passed.
yeah,
'Cause I think we had this conversation before MDC where we're so quick when we haven't heard material from a celebrity or whatever for a certain amount of years.
Mhm.
We're so quick to write them off and be like, this person died.
Like
Yeah,
Neo.
Like literally.
Yeah,
And you find out like this person actually still doing shit. It's just they're like more known outside of the world.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like Shakira.
Shakira.
Yeah, people were trying to say that
Khalees.
J-Lo is more
Fred
famous
Williamson?
than Shakira, and it's
Mhm.
like, what? Just because you don't know what she's doing.
Not Neo.
Not Neo.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, but he fell off.
He did
Actually,
fall off,
yeah,
but we
he
thought
did
he.
fall
I
off.
thought he was dead.
Now I want to point out
I was
though,
worried he died, and I missed it.
it may sound like we're rambling right now,
We
but
are.
trust when I point this out. This is gonna come full circle.
We're not so much as rambling. We're literally
It's
having
a
a
We're
conversation.
talking
It's a huge introduction because, man, the
We got
subject
into
matter-
the subject, and then we left the
Yeah.
subject.
but it's gonna come back around.
But
It-
context, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
it-
Jesus.
it's
Yeah, because the whole point of it is that the creator of this, despite being a millennial, we can definitely say that from these creations, I don't sense the heart of a millennial, like a millennial that's like was a child in the 90s, like
I
a
smell
young child in the 90s.
opportunism
And I'm not saying
and
that
ignorance.
there needs to be this type of like divide between true millennials and upper 80s millennials.
Though
But
I
there
will
is
say,
a different feeling.
I
there,
hate
right?
posers.
Yes, I do hate posers. I do. You've always said that.
I'm a bit of an elitist. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Yeah, he is.
You better
We
come.
had a conversation.
You better have your card ready at that door, ho. I'm
So,
a card you.
we
I hold
have
the gate. I'm a
this
gatekeeper.
we have this guy who's created
Call me the Reaper.
the new designs, or written and then helped create the new designs for the new Warriors. And their names are already Garbitron. But then we're going to go into the designs of them. So as I'm going through them, Neph, you can put them on the screen a bit by bit. I'll supply you the pictures. So you can put
I'm
them on.
not.
Do it.
That's not how I operate anymore.
Oh, but do it.
We're on Spotify.
Oh, true. Okay, so you have screen time, right? And like the guy's main idea, because I watched a video on Twitter about it, he was like taking things that we as millennials were made fun of and turning them into superpowers. So he used screen time, like this kid, like you spend too much time on screen, on TV, and screens in your face. So he was like, so now the guy has a screen like in his glasses. He
What
can see
kind
everything.
of what kind of writing is that? That's on the nose, right? That's
Is
that's
that
what
what
they
it is?
refer
Yeah.
to
On
it.
the nose, like
Yeah.
that Joker movie.
He
Yes.
a meme obsessed
that
super
movie
teen.
was so deep. No.
What
Yeah.
you get when you cross a mentally ill person who gets stoned all the time? You get what you fucking deserve. Wow, it's like I heard that shit on Facebook.
Yeah, it sounds pretty on the nose.
It was
yeah.
I was so disappointed with that line.
Yeah,
Like the only amazing thing about the Joker movie, not to cut you off,
You
Love,
already did, but okay. Don't you love me at the end of it?
was
Wait,
there
no,
was like this
better
one
love.
part when he was inside of a telephone
Booth?
Oh, yeah.
Booth, yeah.
It's been so long.
In a phone booth. To be honest with you, I've never used one.
I did once just for fun. I never really needed to.
I like looking at them though. They look cool.
I like being in them. They're a little creepy.
Yeah.
I can't see how you can get undressed in one.
That's a good ass point.
Yeah,
Right.
especially being a bigger, bulkier male.
Right.
They don't call him Superman for nothing.
His chest.
Yeah, right. How do you get it in?
But yeah.
I'm sorry, just
Those
imagine
pants
the image of him
it is.
trying to get dressed up for he just gets stuck and falls out.
Yeah, like I
You're
just imagine him
"The
just like
hell?"
this with his like pectorals just out. Just
He
like
just braced the whole
peeking.
thing. If you,
They did that for the preview or one of the previews, trailers or whatever for Deadpool 2.
That's
They had
weird.
him right, and like his butt was on the
I think I remember that. Yeah.
nice.
Well, shit. What was I saying?
Telephone.
Oh yeah, he was on the phone booth. I think when he was getting fired.
Yeah.
Because the fucking that gun incident.
Yeah.
You see on the side of the screen this big ass rat, New York rat,
yeah.
run
Ooh.
across the corner.
Showed me a picture.
Bruh, yo, I work in DC. I thought all rats was huge. I've only been in New York when I was a baby, and like I don't think I walked the streets.
What? You went to New York when you were a baby?
Yeah, my parents drove me. Long story.
I went when I was older.
We'll do a podcast episode about it.
I want to go to
We're
New York.
But but no. Yo, that rat was so fucking huge.
I mean,
That was the best thing about the movie. I love animals. That was the best thing about the
You
movie.
don't fucking
for me.
love rodents,
Like,
though.
No, I don't.
Yeah, he really doesn't.
I'm never going to fucking New York.
But I want to go to New York.
You can.
Well, not right now, I guess. Sorry,
I
New
can.
York.
Yo,
I
dude,
can.
but
You
hey,
can.
there's a reason why Master Splinter is in New York because rats actually get that big.
Yo, not as
Bruh.
big as Master. Well, maybe.
No,
yeah.
they get big. Who you
that
telling?
shit was fucking
That
huge.
looked like the size of what was it? We get them. Those fucking gopher. No, not a gopher. The bigger ones.
Dude, that was like breaching on like a medium-sized dog.
Yeah, remember when we went to the
That was bigger
graveyard
than
that one
tour
time?
dogs.
Remember when that was cool, guys? Remember that
We
was
went
cool,
to-
visiting graveyards and hanging out at cemetery? Remember that shit was cool? We did
Shouldn't that
shit.
be something I'm saying right now?
Yeah, that would be the thing you were saying, but
I mean, we did go.
we did
Shouldn't
go.
you be in a cemetery or something?
I remember sometimes just going to Jamal's, going to your house and then just being like, go for a walk to the cemetery and you just be like, yeah, let me get my boots on.
Why are we getting on nostalgia, man?
I don't know, just me and you. We would just walk. Remember we used to walk Pennsylvania Avenue
Wait,
on
just
the...
me? I went somewhere with just you?
Yeah, it was just me and you one time. We were just talking about random.
Was I drunk?
No, you jerk. We were friends.
We were?
We are friends. You son of a bitch. I had no other reason to go to your house sometimes just to walk. Because you were the only person that actually walked places. Because everybody else was, I'm too good for a walk. And I'm just like, my ass is from Texas, yo. I'm used to
I'm
walking.
sorry, I live like
sorry,
6
husband.
hoods away.
Yeah, you you did. You live up Pennsylvania Avenues. I can't even blame you. We'd go the opposite. But anyways,
Yeah.
remember there was like those giant gopher things we saw? They were huge. I looked at the size of like a medium size.
Remember we saw a fucking crane?
Okay, I don't know
I
what
don't
that was. I think that was
crane,
like a beaver or some
You
shit.
sure? It was huge.
'Cause
Dude.
I
I'm
remember
sorry,
one
it's not
time you're-
goofer. Goofer. I'm a goofer.
We have a lot of wildlife over here.
It was a beaver, right? They're pretty large. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, because it was like your brother and them they hopped out my car
Yep.
once and they tried to chase it.
Yeah.
And they just ran into
Those
the
things
water.
were huge. It looked like I thought they
I'm
were
pretty
chasing
sure
dogs for a second.
Gophers can't. Can all animals swim?
Not all. I don't know.
I don't
if
know.
they Can.
That's a good question.
Like at least mammals. Okay, mammals.
I feel like most
I
mammals.
mean, we
can.
did all come from the water, so I guess a little.
I mean, I know
like
bugs
they
can
have
swim.
like that instinct, right, to at least stay alive.
Yeah. I mean, you throw a cat in the water, it's not gonna drown. It's gonna be pissed as shit when it comes out, but it's not gonna drown.
Amazing. We're better at drowning than probably most animals. Now that I think about it, I don't know.
That's
this,
actually a good point.
this ain't
I
animal
say it's
planet.
like fair because you can throw a baby in the water and don't throw babies in the water.
I was thrown in the water as a baby.
Go into.
Okay, I was like 2 or 3 years old, probably more towards 2, and I was thrown in the water. But I mean, I was thrown in I was thrown in the water. Mom was right there, but I was thrown in, and I swam.
That just got dark.
I lived. I didn't
Yeah,
swim,
really
but I
dark.
swam.
That's why she looked like that.
Can you stop saying that every 5 seconds? But then I find out that none of you two Negroes can swim. I'm just like, don't tell me I can stay alive. What?
I mean,
You're not gonna stay alive
I ain't
for long.
drowning.
Mad at both of y'all.
Hey, look, I may not be rich, but I ain't homeless, all right?
At least we still got the color in the skin. That fucking chlorine water wipes you out.
I'll have you know that this.
Oh, Lord.
No, I didn't turn gray until I moved to this east horrible coast. Put me back in Texas.
What we gotta be
I wish
horrible?
I was in Texas.
Man, you getting shot by the sun on
The
Sniper.
prettiest place in the world.
Did you see?
Oh,
They were my complexion.
Oh, you haven't seen
In
our
Texas.
pictures? I'm gonna show you the
All
pictures.
of them.
You ain't gotta.
No, here I
I
go.
don't wanna.
All of them.
Anyway,
All of
that's
them.
weird.
It is.
This person from the I'm showing you the pictures. This person from the supposed millennial generation created these characters, and I hate it because, and everyone like I first heard about it on Twitter. I heard about it like a second
I thought it
after
was
he
a
debuted it.
freaking joke.
I thought
When I
so
saw
too.
it, I thought it was a joke.
The thing that really got me, it wasn't so much the names, but it was just how they looked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Design
I saw
wise.
the pictures first, and I thought it was someone's fan art shit, just some I don't want to say some person in need of more studying.
They
And
are.
as someone who was that once.
'Cause this is what
and probably
DC,
still-
right?
This is Marvel.
This is
Oh,
Marvel.
This is
damn.
Marvel.
It-
Yeah, right.
So it makes it way worse.
So like the tier for DC Comics can sometimes waver to like.
Like
lean
I
to-
immediately thought this was DC. Like when I saw it.
It is Marvel, and mind you, the promo picture looks nice, and then you kind of see the two black characters. Those what stood out to me: SnowFlake and SafeSpace, twins, holding and caressing each other a little bit more comfortably than
Lustin.
I.
Jamal, hey, NDC, Lustin.
They were like fondly.
you know,
Yeah, I want you to know.
grasping.
Because I know you're the only child. That's not how us.
As-
That's not how we interact with siblings.
As,
right?
yeah, as someone with a lot of siblings, even like we're most of us are women and we're
That's some weird
affectionate.
shit.
We're not affectionate with each other.
let me tell you something.
I can't even get those
Maybe
bastards
it's
to say
because
I
they're
love
twins. I don't know.
Oh,
no.
ooh, creepy.
Hey,
Let me tell you something about.
as a twin, I would feel offended.
Wow,
you. That was maybe my 4th, 5th grade year.
amazing.
Yeah, and then I came here and it's just like, what happened?
Yo, so
I'm so
you
sad.
know,
I showed a picture of me and my friend.
what was I gonna say? Oh my god. Who said something last? Cause there was something I was gonna say.
Was it about the twins?
Oh, it
About
was
their
definitely.
designs.
Do you need a refresher of what they look like? Because I have a picture.
Oh
right
no,
now.
oh god, they look like background characters.
They do.
They do. They look like them niggas like,
See, you
we
said
are
it too.
here to save the... And they just get owned by
Oh,
the villain.
that's what I was gonna say. I'm like, listen,
With a crowbar.
listen.
Like,
We're living in a very
they don't even look black in this promo picture,
God.
so
They
I
don't.
wasn't sure. And
Yeah.
then you're gonna show me here's the character design sheets. We're so proud of them.
I don't like that green dude. That green dude looks... What's his name?
Screen Time, he's the one
Screen Time.
who is meme obsessed teen
it just
that
looks so
brain can
lazy.
hack into the nip.
It
Listen,
looks so lazy,
listen.
and it looks like...
let me put something out here. Listen,
Yeah.
we're living in some very diverse of times,
Oh
right?
God, let me tell you.
It's some diverse of times. The hatred against this character design may have been the most united front I've seen in a long
Yeah,
time.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
lie.
Everyone
Yeah.
hated this.
It what turned out to be
It's
like,
like, even if you're like a comic book fan and you don't even like really support that type, it's like, no, these heroes, their designs just suck.
Listen,
And
old schoolers hated them.
choices.
And I want to make a point here. People in the I'm gonna just say rainbow.
LGBTQ.
Yeah, I always get it mixed up.
Fair.
They hated them. My friends hated them.
yeah,
I had a couple of friends
I
that
hate
actually
them.
did redesigns.
I'm gonna do it.
Wow.
I'm just like this is
And
terrible.
their redesigns looked so much better.
I bet.
Some of them kept the costume though for some people, and I'm just like scratch the costumes.
I saw some people that just changed them completely.
Oh, good.
That just the
'cause-
only thing they kept was like the color scheme.
Which
you
is
know,
fine.
it's like, first off, these characters are insulting. It's like, seriously, Snowflake and SafeSpace, are you serious?
Are you?
Like, really?
Are you
you know?
Yeah.
And let me tell you, one reason it annoys me is because this is coming from Marvel. And, like, we were just talking about on the nose. Now, I'm gonna explain right quick why X-Men is great and that awful Will Smith movie Bright is terrible.
Oh man.
Yo,
Maybe
we
disappointing.
hey,
We're gonna pair that in.
We're probably gonna have to do like a separate video for Bright because you know you just totally hit a chord.
Yeah, because before you go into that, I actually want to come back to this.
You hit a chord with me bringing up that movie,
go ahead and make your point, though.
Yeah.
Hey.
So here's the thing. You know, when Marvel created X-Men, you know, the thing that makes X-Men work so well is that it was meant to appeal to anyone that felt different in any way, shape, or form, whether it had to be race, sexuality, or just having a different mindset. And the thing about the mutants, they're not metaphors for oppressed peoples. They're their own being. You know, they're people with superpowers, and they have their own issues that they deal with. So you can relate to them, but there's not a one-to-one comparison to real world issues.
Right,
you
they
know what I
filled
mean?
the boots of anyone who overall felt this feeling. And that was like what was wonderful about it.
And you know, the thing about mutants, you know, they're so mixed up, diverse, their powers are so different. Anyone in any way, shape, or form could relate to them. It's like, maybe you're not, you know, Native American or gay or whatever, but maybe you're just quirky, living in a place that looks down on even the smallest differences.
Yeah.
You could probably relate to that. Some people just have like maybe a skin condition that gets looked down upon.
Or maybe you're the tall girl.
Maybe you're the smartest one in the class.
Yeah.
You know, it could be anything. And that's what made X-Men great. That's why so many different people have been into X-Men. That's why the darn movies failed us. And I bring up X-Men because it's like, you know, no one in the X-Men I can think of has a name that represents anything. They just kind of are what they are. And now Marvel's producing these characters called SafeSpace and SnowFlake. And I'm like,
I forgot the...
based on a terminology that's probably temporary.
Yeah.
You know, like, and you said that he said he wanted to appeal to millennials, because I didn't get called a snowflake. And actually, I never got called a snowflake directly until my late 20s, I guess. And
Yeah,
I'm not really familiar with that term at all.
Right.
I mean, I've been called a nigga a few times online, but you know.
I can say that Snowflake wasn't one of the things I know of it, but within like I never to say that the internet is a safe space for me is very strange because I don't have that mindset.
I don't believe in safe spaces.
I mean, it's the internet, but it's like how I don't know. It's such a weird.
Right, hey, yo, we don't believe in freak spaces, you know. Hey.
Okay.
So that's not quite what I meant, but okay.
Oh,
so like, okay, let me read this guy's screen time before I go to the
kink
real ones.
spaces.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
What was that one called? Oh God, was it Fur Affinity?
I think there was like a joke.
Fet Life.
Fet Life. Yes, that was a safe space sort of.
I was like,
and then it got overrun by people who were like money hungry.
Oh, how do you know all of this?
Because a lot of artists within my circles, right? They were like, "Oh, go to these sites. These people, they always want you to draw their characters, and they'll pay whatever money."
Okay, I don't think that's Fet Life.
No, you was right the first
Fur
time.
Affinity.
Fur Affinity.
Yeah, I kind of hated that because
okay,
I was told several times, "Oh, you strapped on cash? Just go to these websites. Those dorks will play anything for their fucking fetishes." And I'm just like,
damn,
shit, you guys are horrible.
That
Yeah,
is
I never
pretty
went
bad.
there, and I never did that because that's just. Why would you prey on people like that, you know? And then that's when the safe space doesn't.
I don't prey on people. I pray for people.
Can I say that's the difference between bringing back Hellraiser 2? That's the difference between Hellraiser 2 and Hellraiser 1.
Pray to my name.
Hellraiser 1, there was no kink shaming.
There was a pre-conversation about Hellraiser.
Yes.
There was?
No, I mean I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, there wasn't no kink shaming. It was like the bad thing that they were doing was killing people.
Yeah.
Hellraiser 2, there was kink shaming.
Really?
Yeah.
He did just rewatch this with you or something, right?
He didn't rewatch with me.
The uncle.
The uncle. How would
What
remember?
kink did he have?
Well, I mean, like, okay, so the whole reason why I know this is going off subject, but the whole reason to get in the you said the what? I heard what you said. Get in the box, right?
Yeah.
Was to open it and whatnot, and the
Cenobites?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
To do the thing with him.
And then he left, and then they brought his ass back.
Wait, so he wanted them to do the thing
But
with him?
then him getting brought back, it was just like
question.
to torture him. Like, it became less of like a,
Like what?
So anyway, Anna, what was the thing you're going to read?
I'm gonna have to. Okay. Mine. Yeah, but I'm trying to catch a fish. Stay. I'm sorry for the
Girl, if you don't.
Okay, put the fish down. So okay, this is a taster. There's a little taste of what I'm about to before we get to SnowFlake and SafeSpace. Because their names are Screen Time, SnowFlake and SafeSpace, B Negative, Hate, and Trailblazer. And I really want to get to Trailblazer in a second.
I'm sorry, B negative what?
It's the vampire dude.
B negative hate.
Oh, I hate B negative.
Oh.
No, I think that's supposed to be wordplay on blood type, right?
Yeah. So, okay. A meme-obsessed teen whose brain becomes connected to the internet after becoming exposed to his grandfather's...
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're going to come to them. Yeah, I want to talk about each of them and then highlight. So,
what's happened to our culture?
Oh, but...
It's funny. Drink myself to sleep and never wake up.
Oh, my jeez. He becomes... connected to the internet after being exposed to his grandfather's experimental internet gas. That's this character story. So you have that.
I don't think someone understands how the fucking internet works. Like, yo, they surely should have like linked up with Al Gore before they started this.
Al Gore.
This is a serious story.
Yeah, yeah. And then now he has the ability to he can see augmented reality, real-time maps, and can instantly Google any fact. Does this make him effectively a genius?
Stop.
He sure acts like it does.
Please stop.
Wait, so
no.
This person who created it tries to... You can't watch that here, baby. You have to go over there with Angel. She's awake now. Sorry. They pretty much go on and say that the new warriors have been zeitgeist, characters from the beginning. You get edgy skateboarding Night Thrasher in the 90s and the reality TV team in the 2000s, and now in 2020... the new warriors have never grown up without the internet. So you have characters who are obsessed with it. Okay. So it's like you're comparing it to like the skateboarding characters of the 80s and 90s. Yes, those were on the nose. The Tubulars and the Gnarlies and the punk rock and rollers. Street Sharks. Street Sharks was pretty much like...
But you know,
But we're better than that now.
Yes, we are. Not only are we better than that, but... Okay, who really remarks on those characters like that, though? I mean, we like them because they were goofy.
Yeah.
Like, Street Sharks is goofy, and honestly, when you think about freaking terrifying,
yeah,
don't think it was freaking terrifying. I want a live-action movie of Street Sharks because that'd be nightmarish.
I know, right?
Golly.
I've been thinking about it more since Michael Bay's TMNT. Yeah.
So, you know, but another thing about stuff back then, and I mean, you always had things that were biting off something that was popular. I mean, that's always been a thing. But a lot of things back in the day were also more organic. You know, this is not organic. It's straight up on the nose.
Yeah, that's that's exactly. It feels natural. It feels organic when we had those shows that were created in a time that didn't really mock a time or try to say, oh, we're edgy and cool, just so much as those people probably had fun with their idea.
Yeah, I mean, you had a lot of extreme, G.I. Joe extreme, Ghostbusters extreme.
Oh god,
G.I. Joe extreme,
Ghostbusters extreme,
Looney Tunes extreme.
Oh
no, god, yes.
And you know what? They sucked for a reason because they tried too damn hard.
Hey, Ghostbusters extreme was cool.
Oh, sorry, not Ghostbusters extreme. Is that the one with the wheelchair girl?
Feel good. What?
Is that the one with the wheelchair girl?
No, it was a wheelchair guy and a goth girl.
Oh, wheelchair guy. Yes. Because I remember it vaguely.
And your black guy. There's always a black guy.
Yeah, well,
always a black guy.
Always a black guy.
Foolish black guy.
He was kind of smart.
Oh, in it for the money.
Oh, wow. Wasn't it? Probably. I mean,
you can definitely tell.
No, come on, man. Come on. Seriously.
Y'all ain't paid me enough for this shit.
This is the reason why before we did the podcast, me and MDC, we were planning on doing a like what would you call it? Like a ghost hunting series.
Oh,
and whatnot.
Jesus. Why would you bring that up?
We have quite a few friends that are what would you say? How would you say? Like
of the gothic attribute?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
That's what
Anna, I'm gonna ban you from using the word goth.
Get the fuck out.
But it's a lifestyle in many different ways.
You don't understand it.
I don't, because I'm alternative.
What I was going to say, like people that feel like that they can talk to ghosts.
Oh, you mean like medium.
Yeah, like medium, right?
Yo, I
But, like,
hated that.
not so fully or whatnot.
So in other words, they're just crazy.
Yeah.
What?
So we were going to take them
That was a huge
against
jump.
their. This sounds horrible.
Oh
as
yeah,
I
that
say.
sounds horrible.
Yeah, you were about to say
Remember
against their will, homie.
You
I
gotta
don't
trick
remember
them.
agreeing to this.
We were gonna have them come out with us and whatnot to places around the DMV
It's a nice way of
area
saying it.
that
Ghosts and DMV.
that were
Haunted?
supposedly haunted and whatnot.
We ain't had no haunts around here.
We do.
We do. We have a lot.
Poplar
bro.
Mansion is a pretty hot haunt spot.
Y'all never take me
a
nowhere
pretty
interesting.
haunt.
NASA.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I used to tell
yeah,
them a lot of
true,
great stories.
okay.
Yeah.
I was scared driving through there.
There's a bunch of stuff. The hanging tree.
Ooh.
What? I'm sorry. Where?
Yeah, we have a hanging tree too apparently. But
Y'all was
a
it
lot of
Maryland?
places in Virginia.
Oh yeah, but
Oh,
Virginia
Virginia
was
was
considered the
haunted.
South
Yeah,
at
yeah.
one time.
That was there.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, we was gonna go there and shit, but we never got around to it. Our friends were against it.
And they kept
Oh,
making
good
paranormal
magic.
activity movies.
Pussies. Yes,
Oh,
that was the thing.
yeah.
Yes, yo, because I was
Paranormal
low key
Activity
scared.
feud.
I was low key scared.
You were-
Paranormal Activity fucked us up.
And
I
Yeah.
was like,
And
Thank
and
God.
then freaking Grave Encounters came out and just ruined everything.
I still have nightmares.
And that was actually filmed and takes place in Maryland.
What?
which one?
Grave Encounters.
What?
Okay, no, I never knew that.
Yes.
Is that why I still have nightmares?
Probably, because that's right. That's
Yo,
an
I
that's an
love the
old
first one.
asylum. I know a guy who's been there, because he wants to hook me up with the place. But yeah,
Wait, like what?
What? What do you mean hook you up with
Yeah.
the place?
What do you mean by that?
no, like he's saying, because he's been there. He said he could get me access in
In?
there if I'm sneaky enough.
Sneaky. enough.
Okay, because I'm like, are we talking about official? Because if we're talking about official, fuck it. Let's get this happening after this quarantine shit. But now you're talking about just like he'll be the white guy to protect you when the police put that fucking gun to your head.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean,
The validation.
Hey.
Since I'm apparently not that black.
And it's like you need to have a ratio. Cause there's too many of us there. They're gonna think that we motherfucking
Kidnapped
murdered.
us.
Yeah, that we kidnapped this dude.
Yeah. There you go. Blink twice if you need help.
Pretty much.
Shit.
I did not know. Can I say this though? I've only ever seen Mr. Fish. I've only ever seen the movie once, and once was enough for me because it
I've
was
only
really
seen
traumatic.
No, I've seen it twice. I've seen it once by myself in my parents' basement, and then the second time when I was showing.
And
Adam.
you made me watch with him.
Yeah.
Yo, that scene, all the scenes, but especially the part with the hallway and being pushed, and then the hands were coming through the wall, and there was like a clown in the hallway, but it wasn't always just a clown. It was like different. Like, I'm not scared of clowns, but in that moment I was scared
There
of
was a
clowns.
clown in that movie?
I
It
think
looked
there was a clown.
clownish. It had like, maybe it wasn't a clown. No, I'm 100% sure. In my dreams, dude. In my dreams. I have nightmares of clowns. And I wake up and I'm not scared, but in my dreams, I'm fucking terrified.
Oof.
Like, horrible. I'm not even scared of clowns in the slightest. But,
Grave Encounters freaking scary.
yeah.
that movie was scary beyond
It like
sense.
it definitely got like the blood flowing for me.
Man.
Yeah.
So I remember just one scene where I thought this was
I
gonna be the
stopped
scene
watching
that
after a while.
Anna was gonna bring up was when they were in a hallway
Yeah, the
and
hallways.
you had like like the building was nothing but hallways.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about when they went down?
No, you're talking about when they went down. This
Oh.
was like that was towards the end when the arms and shit was reaching out towards them, right?
Man, all
I
of
don't
it was
remember when
traumatic.
exactly that was, but
I felt like that was towards the end.
I just know why I have nightmares of
Like
that scene.
that was when shit was.
I know
They
the
was
last,
just giving up all hope, and a couple of them motherfuckers already died.
Yeah,
at that
I know.
point.
In the last 30 minutes, that's when everything hit the fan.
Pretty
That's what I
much.
do remember.
I was very
Also, I
surprised.
think this was the part after because you remember they had went into a shower.
Yeah.
Where it was the bathtub. with
Like-
Oh yeah.
yeah. I think it was after that one where you just had this big burly motherfucker just smash through the door.
Oh,
Bruh.
yes.
Bruh,
yo.
I'm like, yo, I don't care if I would have died. It would have just been all hands. Because that dude came in like, yo,
Yeah.
just out of fear, I would have just had that attack. Like, dude, he probably would have grabbed me, ripped my
dude.
arm off.
I gotta be honest. That's one of those movies where if I'm in that, I'll probably just have to kill myself. I'm like, you know what? I feel like if I let these things kill me, I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna just go somewhere else a lot
Fair.
worse.
Yeah, that's
You
a
know,
fair. That's
that
a
was
fair
one of
fear.
those type of things.
Fair fear.
I'm pretty sure it's going to get, like, overdone just like the whole person, you know, like you see someone in the room in the corner and whatnot, and then all of a sudden they run up towards you.
Yeah.
But the thing that's been scaring me, because I haven't seen it as much, is when you hear the footsteps before you see the person.
Yeah.
That's, dude, they did this in It too. There was this one scene where there was this older woman.
Yeah.
Oh god, that scene was so horrific. Are we allowed to talk about it now? Is it okay?
I mean, it's technically not a spoiler. Only consider spoilers that reveal something about the end.
Okay. Yeah. When she went to go visit the old lady that lived in her.
Reveal something about the plot.
I don't want to.
I feel like that's a spoiler.
I feel like spoilers are for horror movies when you spoil the jump scares.
All right, get out.
What?
Get out. Get out.
I feel like jump scares should be a part of it. Now people know that this thing's gonna come up. It's gonna ruin the.
Jump scares are cheap and not real horror.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't mean jump scares. But you know what I mean when I'm saying the jump scare in the scene, right? There was no real jump scare in. Oh, there was a couple of jump scares in it, wasn't there?
There was a lot of jump scares in it.
Oh, so it's not a good movie then?
Was it really jump scares?
The thing for me, because you know, I don't find a lot of movies scary as much as fun. Yeah. And the thing for it that really got me was the creative direction they went with trying to scare you.
Yeah. And
stuff. Like it literally felt like you was in like a Japanese horror manga.
Interesting.
Like Juno Ito.
Wait, you haven't seen it?
Yeah, Junji Ito.
Too?
No, he hasn't seen
either one.
Either one.
Yeah, don't give me that face.
Yeah, we had this conversation before.
I'm sorry.
Me no mainstream.
What? Oh my god, you were such an elitist prick.
You damn right.
How are you gonna a movie? How are you gonna cult classic? Okay, it's not a cult classic. I've learned what cult classic means. It was Angel.
Oh, okay.
Slamming her door like a prank.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. For me to continue,
the book is a cult classic. The movie is Hollywood money grab.
But it's good. It has character in it.
It's not Hollywood movie grab. The Gunslinger is Hollywood.
Yeah, that was trash. I'm
Cash
so sad
grab.
about that.
We're saying this wrong.
Okay.
I mean, either one. Either way, it was a disservice to Stephen King's magnum opus.
Bill, y'all.
Magnum opus.
No, I thought. Wait, what is?
The Dark Tower series.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I call it Gunslinger. Sorry,
it doesn't matter.
Dark Towers.
No, you don't. It doesn't deserve the real name.
Looking up at the. If you look over there.
God damn it! I'm on a museum tour now.
Hey, yo, eventually you will be, my brother.
I mean, isn't that how we're supposed to live?
It is. We need another bookshelf.
We do. I
never have too many bookcases.
I'm running out of space. No such thing.
I just said that.
You can never have.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. I got really offended. I apologize.
Okay, can I talk about it too?
Okay, no, because we've gone on about 20 minutes, and the topic, I'm pretty sure people want to hear more.
I feel like
I'm going to talk about B negative now.
I feel like you guys are enjoying it. No, okay, so yeah, with chapter 2,
does
right?
Does it have to do with millennials and the pandering and trashing of our generation?
Okay, I'll say this. Let me bring this together. All right, you want to talk about it too?
Yes.
And we have that crap over there. So. Okay. What was I going at? Okay. Hold up. Okay. You know. Okay. All right. What are you gonna say?
What? No. Explain it.
All I'm just like is anticipation is like a son of a bitch. Well, suspense. Suspense is awesome, and the thing that I like with what it did was there was a scene where there was this older lady and you just saw her doing creepy shit in the background and whatnot, and then all of a sudden she really disappears. Well done. And no, you can't add commentary to this because you don't want to talk about it.
Oh wow! I'm just saying, Stephen King is the king of thriller, at least to me.
I'm really mad about that. And first off, he didn't direct the movie.
What? Okay.
He hates The Shining that Stanley Kubrick did, which is the 4th greatest horror movie.
4th greatest horror movie?
Yes. 4th
greatest. Oh, I thought you said a 4th graders.
Wow.
I was like, what? Go ahead, keep talking about it. Go ahead.
Can I speak?
Can you?
Can I speak?
Go ahead.
Do I have the floor?
Yes.
Shouldn't.
Get a ceiling too if you don't hurry.
Yeah, so at one point she like disappears and whatnot, and you just hear footsteps, right? And the thing that really gets you about it is you're hearing the footsteps, expecting to see her just run out there, and then it just gets quiet, and then she jumps out, and I just felt like that was just really good because it just caught you by surprise, because you're expecting as soon as the footsteps stop that you'll see her. I don't even remember why I even brought this up.
I don't know either.
I hate y'all.
Okay, this is your
fucking
damn
podcast over.
No.
Oh, actually, no. You know what? Actually, no. I did find a way to bring this around.
Bring it around.
So
town.
now I snapped on Anna for
You snap
talking
me
about
for everything.
jump scares. Cause you're mostly wrong about stuff. Now,
Five Nights at Freddy's was a great game.
We
that
should have never
highlighted
made him
jump scares.
co-host.
okay, actually, no. Five Nights at Freddy is a great game and a great piece of horror. Now, let me explain
Shit,
something.
dude. Yeah. All right, we're friends again.
Debatable. So
What? Ain't no debate. You're my friend. Period.
Okay. So.
Period.
Wow. Okay. So actually, no. This actually comes to the core of, I think, today's discussion in general. Because actually, there's a reason why I am an elitist prick and proud of it. Because I know what the heck I'm talking about.
Ugh.
Now, you brought up jump scares, right? And jump scares are a cheap way of horror because it doesn't take a lot to say boo and scare someone. All you gotta do is jump out somewhere they're not expecting. And a lot of fake horror movies thrive on this. Now, let me explain something.
But
I
what
do
makes
hate
a
that.
good jump scare?
Well, hold up. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
A great horror movie only needs 2 jump scares. They don't need more than 2.
Okay.
All right, so that's the
It's
first
kind
thing.
of like how it is with writers and exclamation points.
Yeah, I guess, probably, yeah. But I want to make an example.
Don't overuse it, people.
Anyone-
This is the one advice that I give you.
I want to make a good point here.
Did you point at me?
No. Anyone, any filmmaker that makes horror movies full of jump scares doesn't realize that horror novels exist.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you can't make a jump scare in a book. It's not you. What's gonna pop out at you in words? Nothing.
I forgot what I just read. This is scary.
Okay.
That's basically how a jump scare in a book would be, right?
Yeah, you need to go to the hospital. Get that checked out, homie. But books are built on tension, story, and build-up.
Yes.
And wordplay, etc., etc.
Right.
That's why a lot of older films often feel like are great because they are coming directly off of folklore, off of novels, off of books. And bad horror movies, which are really popular in like the 2000s. And when I say that, I don't mean every single horror film. Don't get that twisted. What I'm saying is
It's
that
too late. It's already twisted.
Get it twisted.
It's
Send
too
the
late.
hate
It's too late.
mail. Artists MDC Facebook.
Bring it. I'll crush each and every one of you. Anyway, but they're based on prior movies as opposed to other sources. Now, the reason I'm saying this is, and the reason I'm getting on hard because we kind of got into that subject, is because
Not willingly.
I'm sorry. Take it from the person from episode 1, 2018, December.
Was that really episode 1?
Yes.
holy shit.
What?
Take it from me. I have been trying my damnedest to police you two to not get it off subject.
And here we are.
And here you are trying. No.
Me?
Yes, you. You and him. It is hard to try to keep you two on subject. So you don't get the right to get on us for getting off subject. Well, this is literally what we do.
Horror movies
If
have
you've
nothing
listened
to
to us
do with Marvel
since episode
superheroes.
Can I get to my point?
Everything
How
has
long you gonna
something
take? Another
to
45
do
minutes?
with everything.
Don't let me bring up the last episode.
That's not fair.
Yeah. Oh, it's totally fair.
You just weren't there for
Did
the
anyone
conversation.
read the caption I put on Facebook for that episode? I was
Yes.
like, you read it?
What is? I didn't
I
read
don't
it.
remember.
I was like,
I
hold
didn't.
on.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, while
just
he's
continue.
looking.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this is how I'm gonna bring it around because the reason I get into all that is because I'm getting to the core of why I feel a lot of stuff today sucks. All right.
Okay.
Why Game of Thrones had a sucky last episode. Why the new Star Wars is not canon. Why while a lot of old school Marvel fans hate the MCU, because a lot of people are forgetting what makes things what they are in the first place. And this is why freaking SnowFlake and SafeSpace don't make any damn sense.
Okay,
because,
I'll follow you with that, yeah.
Because here's the thing, it's like, since when did, like, and this is why I hate the Joker movie, because it's so freaking on the nose. Joker, that darn movie, it was made exactly for a specific group of people that were already gonna like the movie regardless, and they did nothing to revolutionize the genre. Joker movie is average. It's 6.5 out of 10 at best. And that's me being generous, right?
Right.
You know, and I'm seeing this repeated because I've been looking more and more at a lot of modern stuff. And again, it's not everything, but I'm going on the mainstream. I'm like, why do things suck? Now you're probably like, Jamal, how are you gonna say everything sucks? I'm thinking, okay, first and foremost, before you can determine if I'm being an elitist prick or real, you have to ask yourself, do you like these said things superficially, or do you actually understand what they represent? And that's the big difference.
Yeah.
For instance, jump scares are superficial. Anybody can jump out at you and scare you.
They're not long lasting.
Yeah, and not long lasting. It scares you for that moment.
Yeah, but you don't come away from a movie like, oh man, all those jump scares were like the movie was the best because it had great jump scares.
Exactly, and a lot of people call that scary. It's like, no, you were scared for the moment, but great horror is what gets under your skin and sticks with you, just like any great story.
Right.
You know, you have superficial jokes, like in comedy. Like, it's funny because, like, you know, the last 10 years it was offensive or whatever. But is it a really good joke that sticks with you because there was a point to it, a really concrete point, you know? Or, I mean, and this goes...
because you brought it up with X-Men. They weren't on the nose.
Yeah.
They didn't outright say, we represent the black and minority communities that don't have a voice. No,
right.
They represented mutants who, in the generation, in their life, in their storyline, faced sudden discrimination violently, unprovoked sometimes. Just the idea that you could be other.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of POC minorities related to that so hard without having to be told you relate to this.
Yeah.
So you have to tell me that this is like, oh, you relate to this. Or if you tell me, oh, you're going to be scared by this, then you ruined it for me.
You know, it's like...
I want to feel it myself. Don't tell me. And that's something that is in writing too. Well, how does it go, Neph? Don't say it, show it.
Yes.
Yes.
Same thing in film.
Very important. Like, don't say she was scared. Explain the sweat perspiring on her brow and the nervous tension in her shoulders. Let her know that this situation.
And this is why
very not to cut you off, but that's a very, very important thing when it comes to writing good dialogue.
And this is why I keep attacking Joker, because people are hyping this movie up, and some people are out here saying if you don't like Joker, you don't like real cinema. And I'm like, first off, you don't watch movies before the date you were born. Shut up.
Or movies that aren't in your language.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
You know,
yeah.
you can't, I mean, like, no offense, I mean, just saying.
No,
and one of the reasons, I remember, I kind of butt heads, like, I'll say, if you consider this movie great, you have to explain to me why. And the best people could come up with, it relates to the time and era we're in now. And I'm like, that's it?
That's it.
That doesn't make it, that doesn't make anything
movies
great.
relate to their time and era that
like
they were
most.
in? Yeah.
Practically all, technically. Like,
right?
You know.
You can find some great, even fantasy and sci-fi that relate to the time and era that they were created in.
Exactly.
So it's just
that's
like
nothing special.
Yeah, it's that. That's like, just a basic relatability.
Joker told people exactly what they wanted to hear. That's all it was. It was a pan to flip to the best. The best thing about that movie was Jaquan Phoenix's acting, but you know he's a great actor, so he's always going to be good. Joaquin, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Joaquin Phoenix. I knew I was wrong when I said that.
Oh, okay, I was like, is he Hispanic? Because I've been saying Joaquin, and I've been so proud of that.
I mean, I don't know. But you know, and that's why I attacked that movie so hard, because it's like, have people honestly forgot what great storytelling is? Like,
yes,
that movie. One reason I hate that movie so much is because it kept telling me how to feel. You know, it's like,
just like
playing sad music on a sad scene is not deep. It's just okay.
Well, yes, rainy days in a sad scene. Stop it. Stop it. I hate fucking rainy day trope. I hate that.
The movie is like a lesser Taxi Driver, and Taxi Driver is great for so many reasons.
The video game? Because the game was good. The one play the arcade.
Oh my god.
The retro.
Oh my god. Anderson,
oh,
get her.
I'm joking.
Get her.
Wait.
Get her.
Before
Get her.
I'm wrong.
Get her. Shit, I'm about to kill her.
Okay, it's okay, fine. Well, no, I'm gonna say it. You can kill me if you want. Bruce Willis. I'm wrong, aren't I?
Oh my god.
Shit, I'm wrong. I don't remember the dude in the front.
Cancel the whole show. No.
Help me.
I quit.
All right, you can go ahead.
Taxi Driver with Robert De Niro. No, it's not based off a crazy taxi game.
I know it's not based off the crazy taxi game. But I enjoy the crazy taxi game.
Kill you. That's it. You're coming over to my house when it's quarantine. Come over
quarantine.
during quarantine. If you die, you die. You're gonna learn some movies, woman.
I have a family to feed.
Man, screw him.
PSP.
Film is more
The
important than
family
your family. But yeah,
I was serious about the Bruce Willis part though. I really thought that was him. I did not know.
How did you?
I
He wasn't even acting when that movie came out.
Really?
No.
Yo, I legit have no clue.
Oh my God.
Have you seen that meme of Leonardo DiCaprio? And it's just like black people when they see someone familiar on TV and they're just like snapping. Yeah, no.
That's totally me.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
horrible
you.
with names.
And that's not so much you, but that's Sean sitting there feeding Anderson the wrong names. And Anderson's just like, looks on his phone.
Hey, yo,
that's not me though. I don't know anybody.
One of the things I miss with us having
cable.
One of the things I miss with us, getting jobs and stuff like that, was just hanging out over MDC's house.
Yeah.
Me, him, and our roommate Sean, and just listening to their conversations, about
Some
movies
so
and stuff.
Much.
There's I'm like, yo, I can't even remember the name of someone that I just meet. Like they just tell me their name and that junk is just gone. Like I do not hold on to it at all. Excuse me. And I'm just listening to them talk about like movies and stuff, and they're just naming like the freaking cast, the director, the makeup artist,
movies that they were in,
the sound effects studios and stuff.
Hey, you remember how I could be in the other
equipment
room and y'all on the channel for like 3 minutes and I could already tell you what movie y'all were watching?
Yes,
I
remember
damn.
that. We would actually try to be like, hey, Jamal, what movie is this? So you were in your study room, and you were just like, blah, blah.
Black Christmas, the remake. Damn.
Like, what?
And Scene 3.
Scene 3.
And it would just be so
nerd.
It would be so comedic for me because let one of them make a mistake.
Oh my God.
Instead of saying Chris Roberts, someone says Chris Jennison, and they're just like, you fucking stupid motherfucker. Why did your mother give birth to you?
Right.
I'm just like,
mother loving bitch.
Okay.
I don't even know who y'all talking about.
In my defense, I was only like that because he was a prick about it.
He was.
And then he would be wrong most of the time.
Oh, didn't you know that the character that plays Lifeline of Apex is also the Blood Hunter, whatever the character is?
I'm never going to forget when we were having a discussion about Planet of the Apes.
Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Yes, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. And I think I was trying to say that it was something about a sequel or a prequel.
Yeah, you were saying it was a setup for a sequel.
Yeah, it was a setup for a sequel. And then...
Because my stance, I didn't feel like... At the time, I didn't feel like it really was pushing for that. I just thought it was a prequel to the original series.
Oh, yeah. And then our roommate chimed in. And then, we're listening to him. And then I bring up a part of the movie. And he's like, oh, no, I haven't seen it.
Now, realize, whole time...
That's not just a one-off.
Yeah, whole time he's backing me up.
It happens a lot.
He's backing my side, my point of view up. And the moment he says that, I'm like, wait a minute. You haven't seen the movie. I'm like, fool, are you actually backing me up without ammunition in that gun?
That's pretty much what because literally to this day, just the other day, sometime last week, whatever, we were talking about something.
We're talking about Dark Knight.
Yeah. That's what you guys talking about, yeah.
And he was like, oh, no, I haven't seen it yet.
Yet,
sorry.
as if there's still a waiting list to go watch a movie that's over 10 years old.
I keep forgetting what I need.
I'm just like, bro, no, you can't talk about superhero movies. Like you
really
literally
can't.
can't.
Like, you can't.
It's literally like we're having a discussion about religion, and you're just like, the Bible. What's that?
Yeah,
just
pretty
like
much.
the Dark Knight to the Bible.
Hey, it is holy.
Hey.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Shoot, I don't let no one touch Dark Knight. Yo, I'm ready to go on a crusade. You come talking about Dark Knight. Fight me.
Fair,
I'll
yeah.
fuck you up.
I'm just talking about you talking about superhero movies, and you're not talking, and you haven't seen the Dark Knight. It's like you're working with a small palette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that, yeah.
Like even if you saw Dark Knight Light, which is
What?
Winter Soldier.
Oh, yeah.
you're
I
working
actually
with a
missed
small
Winter
palette.
Soldier, and I really do need to watch movies more.
You need to watch the right movies more.
Yeah.
Just send me that witch.
I can show you the way.
Okay.
I have
NBC.
such sights to show you.
No, come to me now.
NBC, name it. 3 best superhero movies. Go.
Dark Knight.
Top 3. Your top 3.
Doesn't matter if it crosses.
Okay, Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. It doesn't have to be in order.
Am I on timer?
No.
Okay. Dark Knight.
Okay, you think of this too while he's
Me?
coming up with his
Oh,
answer. Yeah.
wow, hold up. I'm going to go on a whim and say Superman 2.
You want me to die?
Okay.
And I do mean the old one.
Christopher Reeves.
Yeah, Christopher Reeves. Dark Knight, Superman 2. Oh, Lord. This last one.
Personal best?
Yeah.
Personal favorite?
whatever you feel, yeah.
Okay. As long as I can put my personal feelings out there.
The third one might be a toss-up between Batman Returns.
Yay. That's what I was going to say.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh,
we can have the same in the list. That's okay.
No, I'm just happy because I was really scared he was going to murder me for that one.
Either Batman Returns. Oh, okay. Animated movies too?
No.
No, it's live action.
Okay.
Sorry.
Because I would have said Batman Master of the Phantasm.
Yeah, I know you like that.
Yeah. Arguably, someone made a good point. That actually is just an inch better than Dark Knight. And I was like, I can't disagree to the truth.
Oh,
I
wait.
will have to rewatch it.
Yeah. But anyway, okay. Dark Knight, Superman Returns. Oh my God. I had a top 10 list. What's going on? Oh, what the heck?
When you put on the spot.
Oh no. Oh my God. Darn, what else happened? Damn, son. Well, it ain't BVS. I know that.
What? Oh,
Don't
yeah.
just shit.
No, you don't have to say it.
Okay, why are you coming up with your third? Anna, go.
Okay, so Batman Returns is on my list. Now, this is the one you're going to kill me for. Batman Forever.
All right, get out.
I know you're going to kill me
How
for it.
the hell?
I loved
She
it.
made my two through the painkillers.
I loved
God,
it.
please.
It was comic book cheesy mixed with some type of hypersexual kind of thing that I really
failed
enjoyed.
you, Anna. I failed you
You
straight
did.
up. What the fuck, yo?
Okay.
Alright, so
Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face, though. I really enjoyed his Two-Face. That's something that I actually do remember. I barely remember that shit like that.
I'm about to cry.
I really, really liked.
what? So you said Batman Forever, Batman Returns.
Yeah.
And correct me wrong. Batman Returns is Penguin and Catwoman, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I did like.
That's going on my list. Go.
Okay, we said top 3, right? Because
Top
Dark Knight is on my top 3. Can I switch out, since he said it already, can I switch out Batman Returns for Dark Knight is number 2?
Okay.
How about you switch out Batman Forever?
You about to hate me now because I'm going to say for me,
Go ahead.
the Wonder Woman movie, the latest one. That goes on my
Oh,
list.
what the
It was great.
fuck?
It was great.
Hey.
Women deserve better.
Yes.
The fight scenes that they
History
gave,
deserves
The
better.
fight scene.
the fight scenes that they gave her, especially on the beach and the battlefield, that was cinematic beauty to me.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
World War II Nazis in World War One. That's
Okay,
all I have to say.
I just really liked the fight scenes and I liked Wonder Woman.
was
I thought it was
clunky.
great that they put her on the front lines like that and they didn't try to shark her in any way. I just hated that she had a romance. That was just it.
I just hated that movie wasn't better than it was.
But I mean, it was one of the best DC cinematic movies.
Man, that's all DC had going for it. It was still all right.
So it goes on my list for just the representation of Wonder Woman, and that the that's no totally part of okay. it. Yeah, and I like the fights.
I'm shaming.
Bad art.
But DC also,
I'm not a hero.
What do you expect from me?
I expect you to be better than this.
Okay, can I go, please?
I'll raise you better than this, yes.
We're not talking about SnowFlake and SafeSpace, are we? No, go ahead. Can I see
my top 3? Okay, so Dark Knight, obviously. I really like Batman Returns, but it's been a while since I've seen it. I really need to see it.
It still holds up.
I need to see it.
One thing we can agree, that the second Batman movie is the best, either way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really like Watchmen. Like, I know a lot of people dislike that movie.
Really?
But I think he showed me the director's cut.
The director's cut's way better.
Yeah. I really like it. I really like Watchmen.
I would say Watchmen.
I've only seen the director's cut. I never saw the...
Good.
Yeah.
Watchmen may be in my top 10. I ain't gonna say top 3.
Is that the director's cut? Is the one we watched at your place?
Yes.
Okay, that's the only one I know too.
Yeah.
So.
No, it's not. You saw the one in movie theaters.
I didn't go in theaters to see it.
Yeah, you did go, because I didn't go with y'all.
I didn't go.
You went.
I don't remember.
I didn't see it in theaters.
Anna being there.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I wasn't there.
Wait.
I've only ever seen it in Jamal's living room.
Why didn't I go?
I don't know.
Why didn't you go?
I think I was being a Scorpio. But, okay. Just antisocial at the moment. Super.
Oh, that's a
Super's
good one.
in my top 10.
Yeah. I have to, because there's never been a superhero movie that made me cry. And I feel like, because, there's always going to be superhero movies that have death scenes in it.
Yeah.
There will always be women and rather flirty with me.
But Super, the death scene didn't even make me cry in Super. It was the ending. Mm-hmm. It was a really beautiful movie, and it gets slept on and whatnot. So things that is weird, because things that makes me feel emotional like that usually gets like higher on my top tier list.
Yeah.
Like, of course we got honorable mentions. Like for me, Batman Returns, Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Some of the Marvel movies.
You know what else is in my top 3? On the top 10?
What?
Mystery Men.
I've never seen that.
What the Okay, alright. You know what? We're going to write a list of movies for y'all.
I don't know anything about Mystery Man.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. It's one of the most 90s movies ever. Now, you want to talk about a movie before superhero extravaganza era? Yeah. That is hands down one of the greatest superhero movies.
Blade 2. That of course. Honorable mention.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I don't know about top. I had to actually write my top 10 down, because this is what I remember.
What are you guys' top 10? What are you guys' top 3?
Can we do that?
Want to comment? You want to let us know?
No. Can we do like a top 10 in different genres?
Yeah.
We should do top 10. Yeah, we should do some.
Can it not just be live action? I watch more animated movies than I do live action.
We who has thought of it? This is America. Damn it. They took our jobs. They took our animation jobs. They took it.
You guys were sleeping on it. Sleeping.
Yo,
because I can name off my. I need to write it down.
Want to blow up on people, so I'm like, I'll be seeing posts on Facebook sometimes. Like, there's at least 3 friends I have. All they ever post about is Avengers movies. I'm like, if you don't get your average ass bigger interest, I swear to God.
Average.
Jesus Christ. It's not the only thing that exists, you freaking nerd.
So
not even a nerd.
Can I say that? That's a great point. That narrow line.
Actually, I wanted to talk about SafeSpace and.
I was about to say that narrow mindset. Pretty much. Yeah, funny joke. I'm trying to help you.
Go ahead.
That is a great segue into. Don't you show me 6-minute mark. You trying to say the N-word on you. So you have these characters that are narrow-minded and silly in their views. Be Negative is a vampire. That's like, I get it, right?
Can you show me him?
We grew up with the edgy vampire, the Edward Cullen.
Is he not wearing pants?
Oh, okay.
And the Lestat.
I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna need you to stop talking about Edward Cullen in Twilight.
Does he not have a dick?
What the fuck?
You can't ask people that question.
No, I mean, like, is he wearing pants?
Oh yeah, he's wearing. Oh yeah, his skin tone is the same color as his. Okay, that's gross. apparently,
Wow, that's
like
just
his
lazy.
whole thing is the world's a vampire, and so am I.
Oh,
That's literally- I
my
read that
God, you
right
freaking
there.
serious? That's the edgiest Edlord emo bullshit I've ever heard.
He's a teen living vampire exposed to Michael Morbius's blood as a child in a rogue but life-saving medical procedure. So he still ages, but he has all the abilities of Morbius. He's obsessed with
Who the
mutants and
fuck
that's
accepted vampire blood during a transplant?
that's his story. Who is exposed to internet gas. We're just rolling with it. They're rolling with it. They want you to be, but basically, he's pretty much edgy vampire dude.
Comics are dead like hip hop.
Cause you millennials, you like your edgy vampires, right? You always wanted to fuck a vampire, right?
Guys, I'm getting the feeling that this isn't supposed to be taken seriously.
It can't be. It doesn't.
So before I go to SnowFlake and SafeSpace, Trailblazer. She's
Trailblazer.
heavy
God.
set. She's wearing an atrocious highlighters. Like her mom took her to Adidas discount, and took her to that one section where they just have all the colors. Oh, Walmart. You know how Walmart has like their $4.50 outfits you can get.
Please tell me this
Baby,
series
I got my tax return. You can go get anything you want, sugar. Go
Please tell me this is a satire series. Please.
I think so. It has to be.
The thing is, she has a magical backpack. It has a pocket dimension with simulate infinite space, which you can pull out and useful and random objects to not always to her control. She claims to get her power from a god, but not the god you're thinking of. So it's just like, you gave us this plus size character, but gave us a backpack with infinite space.
How come plus size characters never have interesting costumes?
Yeah, how come they don't have interesting powers? I don't know.
How come they're based
Help me
around
name
that
some.
one thing that they're written around?
Yeah, like
How
okay.
come plus size characters always have the ability to turn skinny?
Oh
Ooh,
man,
yeah,
fat
yeah.
gum.
Good
Y'all ain't
one.
ready for that conversation.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, yeah. Bob from Tekken,
Bob
fat
from
gum.
Tekken, that fat dude from
Fat
My Hero
gum.
Academia.
I'm trying to think of the other one. Oh no, but
Pretty sure. Choji.
Choji,
from
yeah,
Naruto.
Naruto.
Yeah,
Like,
y'all ain't ready for that
they
conversation.
become infinitely more appealing when they have the second form that's actually like a skinny god form, and it's just like, ew.
It's like you think that you're getting these next generation characters that's actually accepting different body types, but no, it's just no.
I want to see
It's just
Trailblazers.
mainly jokes, and they're not really good unless they lose that weight.
Pretty
Like,
much.
I wanted to talk about Trailblazer before we get to the other two. I'm tired of saying their names. Because her name is Trailblazer. So she's the one that's a pioneer. She paves the way. I don't know what her powers have to do with being a Trailblazer. Because that sounds like a pretty passive ability.
Yeah.
Let me just pull this thing out my backpack real quick.
But is it
I think we
whatever-
can use it, guys.
Is it something? Oh, so it's only random stuff.
It's random
And
mostly.
you know, the thing about that name, that would be a cool name if it wasn't for the context of this crap.
Yeah.
Like, that sounds like a character that can probably run through dimensions or something like that.
Yeah, why isn't
You
it
know,
something cool?
Is she the leader?
She's the group home and foster kids, volunteer, senior, blah, blah, blah. Night Thrasher runs to the rescue. No, she's not the leader. She's just,
Who's the leader in this group? Is it the green dude? I feel like it's the green
I think
dude.
it's the green dude because he's the,
The
first
internet-
one.
the internet
kid,
guy, right?
Screen time, yeah.
Stupid.
So you have that dumb design. Interesting ideas turn dumb designs. It's like they threw it in our face and said, "You like it, don't you?" It's like,
Alright,
just
so
unfurling a big floppy dick on
Drum
someone's
roll,
face.
please.
So
Let's get into the characters of the hour.
SnowFlake and SafeSpace. The hour, right? Because an hour has passed by the time we got to this point.
Oh, like an hour and a half.
Their designs. So okay, I believe that one of them is non-binary and the other one is, I'm not sure. It's really hard to tell because it's just a huge slap in the face. But they're twins. They're psychic because all twins are psychic, which is what literally
When the
says.
twin powers activate.
Literally.
That's
Shape
what they
of
remind
a
me
modern
of.
stereotype.
Oh.
Oh,
Are you started doing comedy?
stop. Psychic twins. All twins are psychic, but we're psychic-er. That's literally what it says.
No, come on.
This
Really?
isn't the actual Marvel.
I'm
pages.
reading. Yep, this is from the actual. This is Marvel.
Alright. This has to be a troll. I
Snowflake,
don't believe this is a
cryonetic can materialize snowflake-shaped shurikens. Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Why y'all always give black people the Japanese shit? You know we have black shit, right?
Yeah. It's
You
People
have
don't
African
research,
shit, right?
Anna.
we
People
either
don't
get
research.
and
No, not.
We either get Japanese shit right, or we get colorful hair. Colorful hair.
Yeah, like the black with the white hair.
And they gave us all of this, or just like purple hair and
No, but just
anything
can't.
other than natural hair color.
Yeah,
To
why
make
would-
us look or seem more interesting.
Oh man, all that brown is so boring. And black hair, let's add some purple. It's like,
Yeah.
This is why
Yeah.
I do what I do. All I did was
Yeah.
a Google search on Africa over 10 years ago, and it changed my world. These motherfuckers can't be bothered.
what is those knives called? Was it Dagobah? Dagobda knives? They're like short. They're shaped intricately, but they're actually used for fighting. I think it starts with a D. Dagobah sounds right, but I might be saying
That's the
it wrong.
planet in Star Wars.
What?
Are you,
I don't even know Star Wars like that, so I don't know where I pulled that
the,
from.
the ones I sport often are the Mongbito Prestige knives.
Okay, no, I don't. I do know, but that's not.
They're
the
like
one
the
I was thinking.
sickle ones. But you also have the Salampoosa. Well, that's not like how you're saying. Kapinga?
No, I know the
Throwing
Kapinga.
knives.
Those are nice though. But okay, let's go with the Kapinga.
Ngombe.
Like, huh?
Ngombe knives.
Oh, Ingombe. I think that's what
I
I'm
might
thinking
get my
of.
word. I'm not even sure if that's right.
Hold
but-
on, let me pull. But let's go with Kapinga, right?
Yeah,
You could have made crystallized Kapingas,
they really could have.
and it would have
I
been.
mean, that really wouldn't make sense to the person's name. The person's name is SnowFlake.
Yeah, true.
So it makes sense for it to be SnowFlake Shuriken.
Oh yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, because okay, actually the star pointedness. No, fuck, we
It
don't
makes
have to do
sense,
that.
but it's so lame.
It is lame.
It's literally lame, but that's why they.
What was
use
the
that.
blazing
See,
name?
you know, actually-
Ingoba? What was it?
Ngobe?
Ngo.
I don't know. Oh, that I know what that is. That's fuck it. Look it up.
Okay.
You know, actually, I just thought of
I'm gonna spell it
a
all
way
wrong.
that could have been off the nose. Let's say you just had an ice character, right? Give him, I don't know, I give him a name that's just better than Snowflake. But let's just say that they are a part of like the modern counter-establishment movement, right?
Mhm.
And they could throw Snowflake shurikens. Now, their name wouldn't be Snowflake, but you would get it
Definitely
like,
be SnowFlake
ah,
throwing stars.
that's why they
Snowflake's
throw,
super
you
good.
know, because that's what they get, called. And it's not on the nose, but you get it, and it could be seen as a pun, but you respect it, because they didn't spoon feed it to you.
Yeah.
You picked it up because you have intelligence, because the writers freaking respect you as a reader.
Yeah.
And I don't know-
This
yeah.
stuff kind of becomes a bit offensive to certain people.
Yeah, it's like you don't want to give African Americans African weapons because you think that we would find it. What? Why? Why? What makes you think that Black African Americans or African Americans wouldn't be more interested in their own history than like picking up a blade from context
But
of Africa?
well,
at the
see-
same time, with this, it's not so much that they're using throwing stars. It's just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just snowflakes being used as throwing stars.
Well, for me, it's because they're
not
using
like
Japanese
another-
throwing stars.
It's not like another culture's. You get what I'm saying? It's
Ba-
not like another
basically, for
culture's-
me-
it's like I can make hot dogs and throw them like throwing stars.
Okay, that's an interesting one.
But
Yeah, it's one of my superheroes. Meat Man. He
Stop.
makes like different types of meat. So
Like, how does he make it?
like pepperoni, it's like a meat bean from his pelvic area.
This is why we're creators, guys. We have all the best ideas.
But actually, I wanna double in on both of that because I think
The Meat Man?
Meat
bigger
Man?
Are you sure?
what?
Because there's
Please don't double it on me, man.
salami, pepperoni.
Okay, so anyway, actually, what it all comes down to is lack of creativity, and you know what adds to lack of creativity?
This shit.
Well, yes, but lack of what's the word I'm looking for, or how am I trying to say it? Lack of self researched interest. Like this I'm saying.
I get
Lack
what you're
of
kind of.
self-interest.
No,
okay,
not
no,
more like
this is what I'm saying. Okay, here's
the
the thing.
pursuit of.
This is what I'm saying. You can only have original ideas and new ideas if you have enough interests that can contribute to having new ideas, is what I'm trying to say. For instance, most stories, generally speaking, are based around European stories, for instance.
I hate it.
European folklore, fantasy tales, etc. A lot of stories are based around biblical stories.
Yeah.
A lot of stories, and on the other hand, a lot of things is based off anime and Japanese culture.
Right.
But
They're the
there's-
most influential currently.
but the thing about it, there's thousands of other sources out there, thousands of other stories, thousands of other genres, thousands of other bands. There's so many things you can pull from and get inspiration from to write new things.
You just have to actively have not just the interest, but the curiosity to pull out there, to throw your net, to throw your line wide enough.
You know,
because that information, it's not like it's locked off to you.
And this is the point of learning things. Because let me tell you something. There's a lot of people I run into. They mean well, but their lack of knowing anything about African history shows in some very unfortunate ways sometimes. You know, to say at least. And you know, I get it. I'm not going to blame people for not knowing stuff. I'm gonna blame people for thinking or having the assumption that they know something they can't possibly know. And these characters are just another example of that. Like, there's always this fear that Hollywood or the comic industry or all these things are running out of ideas. It's like, no, they don't run out of ideas. They just haven't looked elsewhere for new ideas.
Yeah,
they keep
just
running back to the same things over and over. There, how can we bring this back? How can we make
really
this for the new generation? Like when
let's
stick
here. Let's stay here.
Like when they turned Lobo into a pretty boy for some reason, it was so
I hated
random.
That so
it's like, why would you do that?
Yo, he was like
that was. I think they even admitted that was a pretty bad mistake.
It was.
Yeah.
It was like, so okay. The issue that I have though with the shurikens is just that a lot of times, and it's really heavy in the black community, and I've talked about it before, I dislike how heavily we lean on Japanese culture.
Yeah.
Or heavily we lean on European culture. Yeah. Without ever exploring past that sometimes. Mm-hmm. And they claim it so hard, and I don't hate them for it. Because I can't hate them for like liking something, you know? Yeah. But I have a strong feeling of sadness for people who never venture past that pool.
And it's like, don't get it twisted. I love European history. I love Japanese history.
Yeah, you know what? I do too.
But I kind of love all history and cultures when you actually look into them.
When I learned about the Orishas, and then I found out how they extend to Brazil and South America, and the Orixas, and how they've warped and switched into these interesting deities. When I learned about the Filipino, but I was gonna say the language, but the Filipino gods and lore, and I didn't even know that they had gods and lore, and just like duh, they do, you know. Disney gave us a taste of I don't want to say Maori, but Polynesian, pretty much lore and mythology.
And another thing,
a taste of it. I'm like, you just gave us a taste.
And you know, come on, let's switch it up. When am I gonna get like a Vietnamese character with the African weapon? you know,
right?
Give me a freaking person from Finland with a Maquita. You know, like
I want to see more characters with African weapons. Stop ignoring it.
You know,
that's all I have to say. Just stop ignoring the African weapons and the culture that was in Africa. Stop only looking at Egypt.
Stop ignoring other people.
Stop Egypt.
Stop ignoring F Egypt. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for that to come out the way it is. I'm just so sick of peeing people with unks all the freaking time.
Yes.
Oh my freaking god.
I'm ready to move out of it.
Can we, as black people, start repping Kush, please?
Right. Can we get the when I found out that the Ashanti people are actually 9 clans divided with their own interesting cultures interwoven into one another.
Yeah. And
that they have their own like existing like pantheon.
Yeah.
Like what? You know, that's cool. What the mess do we have this more? And then I found out that the Igbo, you know, the Yoruban and the Igbo have their own 2 different ones, and then there's the Dohomo. Dohome, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Flip-flopping cool. Can I see more of that?
And you know, and here's the thing, it's not like
vibrant textures.
It's not like
patterns.
These things are completely ignored. I mean, obviously voodoo has found its way in popular media. So has Delas des Morte imagery.
Yeah.
So it's not like these things are completely capoeira. It's not like these things are completely untouched, but do realize there's more than just those things.
Like, you know, the movie that's coming out, The Green Knight, right? Have you heard anything about it?
No.
It looks good.
I shared it once on my on Facebook.
It looks good, but in the end, it's just another King Arthur story, or compatriots of King Arthur just revisited, respun. How many times have we heard King Arthur's story? Like going all the way back to what was that funny shit that you watched, Anderson, with the King Arthur characters?
What is National Lampoons? No, not National Lampoon. Dang.
Right, I know.
Monty Python?
Yeah.
Monty Python.
The Holy Grail?
Yeah. Yes.
That one about King Arthur.
It
Yeah,
had
it was.
his compatriots in it.
Oh
Yes.
wait, you're right. You're my bad. My bad.
Yeah, we literally went through the
It was all
different.
about King Arthur.
It was like a parody, a really heavy parody, but it was
Oh,
like
yes.
a parody of a myth. So it's kind of like,
Yeah.
but they were interesting. It was interesting, and then you kind of watch throughout history how there's so many King Arthur related stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But it's like, what about the great kings of the Benin Empire? Well, emperors of the Benin Empire.
I mean, that's just my point. I mean, the bright side of this, it just goes to show you in the future there's a lot of new content that's going to occur.
Yeah,
So on future
that's true.
research, I could, but it's like I say, it's just like being an individual. You could tell an average head to an individual just by their interests. Like
I'm looking at an average head, to be honest.
I don't know, I think that's below average. to
Like,
say the
okay,
truth.
Safe Space, can I say that I kind of like the idea that it does
go
force
ahead
fields?
And, yeah, so we can wrap this up.
Yeah, don't
We're going over the time.
rush me.
I am rushing you.
Don't rush me. I like that Safe Space has force fields. I think that's cool. But he can't inhabit them himself. The reflex only works if he's protecting others.
And like I said, see, those characters would be cool. I think if they had changed their names to something more creative.
If they have
They
changed design
wouldn't-
too,
Yeah.
I'll design them for you.
Hey, do
I
it.
mean, dude, I can name so many artists that have already designed them that deserve to design them, and they're all black. You know, like, come on, give them to us. Stop getting these Italian creators. No offense to Italian creators. Stop hiring the Italians and the Venezuelans and the not fucking black people and the Canadians. Stop getting fucking the Canadians. The French. No offense.
There's black Canadians.
Oh yeah, true. They gotta be black Canadians. Get the black British. Get the black French.
Basically, what you're saying is
Black.
Yes, educated
try
black
to
people.
bring in
Yeah.
more people of color to draw people of color to be
Yeah.
able to represent characters more accurately.
Yeah, because it's like the idea is that it's the idea that these are terms that get thrown around on the internet that they don't see as derogatory. They take these words and kind of wear them as badges of honor. Why would we? I get the whole taking the idea, like, okay, so real quick to wrap this up. Pretty sure people have watched Beastars, except for this guy, right?
Huh?
Yeah, it's fine. So the bunny character, I've already forgotten the name. I know it. Haru. Oh, wow, you remember the name. Haru, right? She's pretty much, everyone on campus calls her a whore. That's better.
Slut.
Well, I wasn't gonna say
Slutty
it.
girl.
Can you not? But she wears that, not as pride, but because it doesn't affect her. Because she finds empowerment in it. Because she says it's the only time that instead of being a lowly, small, white dwarf, we're equal in bed.
For people that haven't seen Beastars.
Yeah, it's pretty,
White dwarf rabbit was what she meant to say.
Did I say white? What did I say?
You just said white dwarf.
Oh, my bad. Rabbit. She is a bunny. How do? Yeah, she finds enjoyment in sex, and she enjoys the position of power that she's given only during that time. So she doesn't really, being called those things doesn't bother her because she knows that the fulfillment of that is something.
It was the position of power. It was more so like the equality, right?
Yeah, the equality.
She felt like where people her age were looking down on her because of her size.
Right.
That when they were lying down together, they were equals.
Right, exactly. So that's what I would say. I wouldn't say she's wearing it as a badge of honor, but she doesn't.
So-
she took that and decided it doesn't affect her.
Here's what I would say, right? On paper, these characters seem pretty bad, but there's maybe even a way to roll with this depending on how it's written.
Yeah.
Like, if these
I
kids
can
are
see
totally,
something
like,
here.
like, you know, just like in your, not so much as in your face, but kind of like in the sense of like, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
That fuck you mentality, like, we're not,
Yeah, kind of like that.
like a really
we
edgy
won't-
young Justice.
Yeah. That was interesting to say that
So
because
Titans,
Titans?
Young Justice.
the live action Teen Titans series.
Oh, I have not watched
Me
it.
either. I would never watch it. The moment Robin said "fuck Batman," Trump, I'm like, you know what? Fuck this shit.
Was it Damien?
No, that was Dick.
What?
Dick Grayson.
What? Okay.
You know, when they had Starfire looking like a straight up hooker.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Maybe so.
They shouldn't have given that
I
random ass
I
fur
haven't
coat.
seen it.
Like, what makes you think black women want to always wear fur coats? Like, can I just have like a regular jacket?
Poor character design, really.
I didn't mind that they were gonna make Starfire black. I thought it was an interesting choice. But then they went and dressed her up like some.
The only Starfire I like is the Teen Titans Starfire. I didn't care for New 52.
I don't like it much either.
I
Starfire.
don't think anyone likes New 52.
They were like hypersexualized good, and they just pressed the button like really hard though. And it's just like, I get tired of it. I get tired of these characters like this.
Hearing this out, there's a way to make it work. I don't know if they're gonna go that route though, because it's like it seems like they're like if we go into the story, these kids are doing it to be defiant and stuff like that. And if it's like doesn't take itself too seriously, like in the sense of being really preachy or whatever, and if they were totally on the nose about it, I don't know. Let's put a lot of hope into this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
when is it coming out?
I'm gonna say on the last note as I look for when it's coming out. Oh, April 15th.
Okay, cool. So next week.
No.
So
can't nobody buy.
Can I just say on the end too?
Why not?
They don't have any black hairstyles either.
Digital.
Yeah. They just kind of struck the black hairstyles for this interesting, really badly cut top. Like you could have made them curls, you could have made them thick coils, but they kind of skirted around it. It was just like, no, we can't do the black hairstyle too.
Who's What is Trailblazer? Is Trailblazer black?
I don't know.
She looks black.
Ish, right? Because I mean, at first I thought like Hispanic, maybe Native American. She's a person of color, but no real.
Because she literally looks like the same skin tone, if not darker.
Yeah, she's darker than them.
Than the two, yeah.
So I don't know what she is. I think that they missed the mark and hit the nose too hard.
We got April 15th. It's currently the 11th. We can see it.
I'm gonna get it.
I'll get it.
Yeah, because I want to review it and do a proper fair. Yeah, we'll tell you about it.
Comicsology, right? Yeah.
I want to do a proper fair review of it before I continue to just trash it, because right now I don't like it.
This is literally just like first impressions.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
And boy, were they bad.
Yeah. It's kind of like
Vampire Guy.
It's kind of like the route that Apple went when Steve Jobs died.
This is like taking people for face value aesthetics and then just being like, this is their personality. I just don't like that. But we'll see.
I mean, that's most,
people
token characters for like the last 30 years.
Man, the last 30 more like forever.
Well, don't forget, at one point we weren't in shit at all.
True.
I
ain't gonna be grateful though.
So yeah, with that said,
thanks guys for listening. Let us know how you feel about the upcoming comic. Like, subscribe, comments, all that jazz. Let us know your top. What was it?
Top superhero movies.
Yeah, top 3.
Top 3.
I mean, movies. No judgment.
I am going to judge the fuck.
It's gonna be really hard for me to come up with a title for this episode.
Yeah, but I mean, it's fine. I enjoyed it. As much as I complain, I
like when we just sit down and just have conversations and shit.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
Because all of it is relevant. It all honestly is relevant.
Yeah.
Everything connects to everything.
It does.
It's the universe. We're all here and it's good. And we're all gonna die together.
Yeah, that's MDC for you. Yeah. Good old MDC.
Alright, so with that said, guys, we're out. Thank you for listening.
Stay safe. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't go outside unless you have to.
This is
Mitty.
Neph.
Elitist.
Signing out. Peace.